"Don't leave yet," the waitress whispered as she pulled out the chair across from me. "The woman you're waiting for never planned to come here." I stared at her, completely confused. For 40 minutes, I had been sitting alone in the corner of a quiet restaurant, watching the front door every few seconds. My blind date, Emma, was supposed to arrive at 7. She had chosen the restaurant herself, sent me a message that morning saying she was nervous but excited, and promised she would be wearing a blue scarf. Yet there was no Emma, no blue scarf, and no explanation. I had almost decided to leave when the waitress placed my coffee on the table and sat down opposite me. Her hands were trembling. "Why are you telling me this?" She glanced toward the kitchen before answering. "Because if I don't tell you now, you may never learn what really happened." Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional and inspiring stories like this, make sure to support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories of kindness, hope, and humanity. My name is Daniel, and until that night, I had never believed a blind date could change someone's life. I had met Emma through a mutual friend. We exchanged messages for 2 weeks, talking about books, terrible cooking experiments, childhood memories, and the strange loneliness that sometimes follows you even when you are surrounded by people. She seemed warm, intelligent, and refreshingly honest. At 6:58, I checked my phone again. Nothing. At 7:15, still nothing. At 7:30, I sent her a message. "Everything okay?" No reply. Then the waitress came over. Her name tag read Clara. "You're Daniel, aren't you?" My stomach tightened. "Yes." She lowered her voice. "Emma told me you would be sitting here." I stood immediately. "You know her?" Clara nodded. "Where is she?" Clara looked down at the table. "She wanted to come." "She really did." "Then why isn't she here?" "She was afraid." "Afraid of me?" "No," Clara said. "Afraid that you would see her and leave." I didn't understand. Clara reached into her apron and removed a small envelope. "She left this for you." My name was written across the front in handwriting I recognized from her messages. I opened it. "Daniel, if you are reading this, I'm sorry. I wanted to meet you more than you know. But there is something about me you deserve to hear from someone who won't judge me. Please trust Clara. She knows everything." My heart began pounding. What does this mean? Clara took a slow breath. Emma has been coming here every Friday for almost a year. She works nearby. She always sits at the same table. Why? Because this restaurant was where her father used to bring her when she was a little girl. Clara paused. Her father died 6 months ago. I looked at the letter again. That still doesn't explain why she didn't come. Clara's eyes filled with tears. Her father left behind a debt. A very large one. Emma has been working 2 jobs trying to pay it. She barely sleeps. And recently she discovered something worse. What? Clara leaned closer. Her father wasn't responsible for the debt. I stared at her. He was protecting someone. Who? Clara shook her head. Emma's younger brother. Suddenly, the story felt much bigger than a missed date. Emma's brother, Lucas, was only 17. Their father had taken the blame for something Lucas had done years earlier. Emma discovered the truth after finding old financial documents hidden inside a box. But why disappear tonight? I asked. Because someone found out she was investigating. A cold silence settled between us. Clara continued, yesterday, Emma received a message telling her to stop asking questions. Tonight, someone followed her from work. I pushed my chair back. Where is she now? I don't know. My phone suddenly vibrated. Unknown number. I answered. A woman's frightened voice whispered, Daniel. Emma? There was silence. Then she said, "I'm sorry." The call ended. I immediately called back, but the number was unavailable. Clara grabbed her phone. Wait. She opened a message Emma had sent her earlier. There was an address. A small bus station on the other side of town. "I think she's there," Clara said. We left the restaurant together. When we reached the station, rain was falling hard. Buses arrived and disappeared into the darkness. Then I saw her. Emma stood beneath a broken shelter, holding a worn backpack. She looked nothing like the confident woman from our messages. Her hair was soaked, her face pale, and her hands were shaking. When she saw me, she froze. "You shouldn't have come." I walked toward her slowly. "You waited for me to come, didn't you?" Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't know who else to trust. I stopped a few feet away. "You could have told me. I was afraid you would think I was using you." "Emma, I came because I wanted to meet you. Not because of money. Not because of your family." She looked away. "I have nothing to offer you." I smiled sadly. "Neither did I when we started talking. That's why I liked you." For the first time that night, she laughed through her tears. Then Lucas appeared from behind the shelter. He was carrying a folder. "We found the proof," he said. Inside the folder were documents showing that their father's former business partner had secretly transferred money using the father's identity. Lucas had discovered the evidence and contacted a lawyer. The mystery that had terrified Emma for months finally had an answer. But there was one more problem. The business partner knew they had the documents. We went directly to the police station. By morning, everything changed. The evidence was enough to reopen the investigation. The man responsible was arrested weeks later, and the family's debt was eventually cleared. Months passed. One Friday evening, I returned to the same restaurant. This time, Emma was sitting across from me. Clara brought 2 coffees and smiled. "You know," she said, "I think this is the first date you've actually finished." Emma laughed. I looked at her and remembered that terrible night, when I thought someone had simply stood me up. I had been wrong. Sometimes the person who doesn't show up isn't rejecting you. Sometimes they are fighting battles you cannot see. And sometimes, a stranger sitting down at your table can become the reason you discover the truth, find courage, and change someone's life forever. Emma reached across the table and held my hand. "Thank you for staying." I squeezed her hand. "I almost left." "I know. But someone asked me not to." We both looked at Clara. She smiled. And for the first time, the empty chair across from me no longer felt like disappointment. It felt like the place where an unexpected friendship, a second chance, and perhaps the beginning of something beautiful had started. If this story touched your heart, share your thoughts in the comments. Would you have stayed like Daniel did? And if you have ever experienced an unexpected act of kindness that changed your life, tell us about it. Sometimes the smallest decision to stay, listen, or help can become the most important moment in someone's life. If this story touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe for more inspiring stories about kindness, hope, courage, compassion, and humanity. Because you never truly know what battle the person sitting quietly beside you might be fighting.